All right, this is a trade recap of a trade that I took on August 19th. This was a short right here at the 51s and exited at the break of low of day here. Risk was about 113 for 428, about a 4R. Okay, so a couple of things about today was some context is the previous session, yesterday's session, there had been what appeared to be a passive seller that was precluding price from breaching these 74, 75 prices, right? So some potential signs of a passive seller all of last session, potentially building a position, okay? Right at today's open, we rally right into that 74, 75 level, okay? Now, my first trade that I took today was a long that I mistimed, unfortunately, because it did work out. But I was more leaning towards the long side simply because we've just been in an uptrend for like the past year. So it really wasn't until today where we got a decent breach of a low, right? Because who's to say that this low right here wouldn't have just gone and broken the all-time highs like we did over and over and over again, right? So a little cautious on the short side. I did not capture the short over here, right? So we sold off from there, which I did not get a piece of. But something that I was observing was, if you notice here, we've been in this sort of balance range at the 64s and the pre-market low here, swing low at the 64.54s, right? So a potential trade thesis was forming in my mind, which was if we broke under this consolidation and then we also broke under this pre-market swing low and we stayed under it, we resisted under it, then it would be a good opportunity to short targeting the low of day break and continuation, which is, kind of what happened. So what I waited for was this aggressive sell-off, breaching through this pre-market low here, right? Pretty aggressive candle right there. And then there were some clues on this pullback to show that there was more, there was going to be more continuation to the sell side. Just off the candlestick alone, without getting into the order flow, you can see that this is a very subdued rally to the upside. If buyers were really trying to support this, it would look more like this candle right here. Instead, we have these dojis and indecisive candles, which is a very weak, wimpy move from bulls, right? And so I took a short around this area right here, and then I got stopped out, unfortunately, over here. But the problem with that I had was it really didn't invalidate my trade, because really my trade would be invalid above the 64.54s, right? So I got back in at the 51s, and then that trade, I put my stop loss above the 54s, and I was much more comfortable in that trade because that would be where my trade would be invalid, right, above the 54s, because the whole thesis was to reject this pre-market low at the 54s, and that's what happened, right? So now I want to get into the confirmations from the order flow so that I have this in my memory and my journal. Let's start from the sell-off from our passive seller here at the 75 74s, right? Pretty aggressive selling all the way down, okay? And then this right here, pre-market low, let me extend this, actually. Extend left, apply, okay. So this was the pre-market low right here. And like I said, I wanted to wait for aggressive selling to breach it, which this is exactly, you can see this P shape here, and then aggressive selling, flush down, all that red negative delta. Then we make a new low of day right here. Then we start to trickle up, right? On this rally, this is the key, right? On this rally, there was a ton of buying volume, and the buying volume was just not a, you would think that with this much buying volume, price would shoot up, but it wasn't. So that was again a potential sign of a buyer. Sorry, a potential seller. Let me go back to the time period right here. Yeah, so I saw all this buying, right? Buying, trying it. Look at all this bulge. Look at this. 37, 173, 351, 160, 169, 103, 138, 50, 200, 230, 247, 131. Just a crap ton of buying up here that was just failing to break this pre-market low. And not only were we failing to break that pre-market low, we were also under where this selling originated right here, right? This aggressive selling, this red delta. This was looking very, very bullish to me. And like I said, I took a trade around here, and I get stopped out at some point when I hit the play button. But then I'll show you where I entered the winning trade. And I'm going to speed this up quite a bit, right? But yeah, let's play it. So again, more buying comes in, more buying will come in, and we'll try to take out this pre-market low resistance, but we keep failing to do so, right? Look at that, buying, we fail, and then boom, I get short right there at the 51s. I get short right at about 1035, and then I put my stop loss above these pre-market lows, right, which is a good area to invalidate the trade idea. And from there, we just get this sell-off all the way into our low of day target right there. I'll speed it up because this trade was about 30 minutes, so it takes kind of some time. So it wasn't an easy, fast trade by any means. Definitely was not comfortable, but you have to follow your plan. And eventually we do get that low of day breakout where I got fully out at the 38s. Right there, boom. I got fully out at the 38s. So just a clean trade, and I liked it, and I really want to recap it so I can remember it.